Hey everyone, and as always, welcome to the channel and thanks for stopping by. My name is Rich Charpentier. I'm the channel host, and we do a lot of drone talk and imaging talk and 360 virtual tours. And today we're just doing something that's a little fun. So last week we had the opportunity to start working on the Elks Theater, the historic Elks Theater here in Prescott, Arizona. And so we actually got to go through and document the theater itself with 360-degree panos. Now, this isn't all of the building, so we're going to be returning again, most likely next week, to do a performing arts studio, and also they've got recording studios and a banquet hall that are also part of this whole theater complex. So with everything that's gone on in the past year and the global pandemic, Elks Theater's main area has not been open for any big events or anything. And for folks who are interested in visiting Prescott, Arizona, this is probably one of the must-sees as well. So until they're reopened and everything, we decided, hey, let's go ahead and do a 360 virtual tour with them so that people have an idea of what they can expect when they're visiting Prescott, and if they have the opportunity to visit the Elks Theater. So the color cast in here is real. This is not something fake. This is truly the color cast in here. So this weird golden orange tan all blended together. We did a lot to make sure that the white balance was a-okie dokie on this. So we're going to start taking the tour together. In addition to doing the 360s, we also captured some of the plaques, and some of the plaques came across better than others, whether or not they were indoors or outdoors. This one's actually right outside the main entrance. But as people go through this particular tour, they can check out some of the other plaques and some of the other still scenes that go beyond just the 360s. But so here is the overall 360. We're going to take a quick walk through the tour. We're not going to talk about how to assemble this or anything. I've got other videos up on channel about that. But I just thought we'd have a little fun together and walk and talk through the Elks Theater here. So we have an up to the upper balcony seating area, and then we have a lobby and concessions for the first floor. So let's head up on that way, because that one's going to be fun to take a walk through. So right hand side, they do have facilities right up front. So there's that. We also have a hallway heading to the back of the theater, so that'll bring you out on the back side of the theater. But let's just walk right in here, shall we? And before we do, let's take a look at one of the other pictures. I love the antique cash register that's here. So just really gives you that old time feel. So Jody got into this one, got that shot for me. And as you can see, we included it in the tour. So this is one of the features of Kuula, which is the 360 tour cloud service that we utilize. And we actually do have a full class on assembling a virtual tour on Kuula over at our AZ Drone Teachable site, and that's linked below here in the video. All right, let's go into that theater first floor and let's take a look around. I had the opportunity before the Elks Theater was restored years ago. I got to photograph before and after for the restoration. So as you can see, we've got toward the rear of the theater here, and we've got another image for another one of the plaques at the back of the theater. And let's take a walk out. Well, before we do that, let's head over here because there's box seating on both sides. So we're going to get into those first floor box seats to see what the view is there. So not a bad view at all. I think I'd like to be in the center of the theater personally, so that I can see everything head on. And as you go around to the other side of this, there we go, we're back out of the box seating. And let's just take a walk out into the center of the theater. So there is balcony seating as well up above us. And then we have our return back toward the lobby and exit, of course. And of course, the main stage as well. And if you want to check this out, if you just head over to Kuula, Kuula.co, I'll put a link in this as well. But then you check out AZ Drone, you can actually take a walk through on this tour as well. Now this isn't fully completed yet. I'm still sorting through some of the icons that I would like to use in here. And so we're waiting for our clients' feedback now. So we'll probably hear from them at the start of this week as to what they'd like changed around. So we're midway up the center seating. And as you can see, we can make our way back. There's the box seating on the left-hand side and the box seating on the right-hand side as well, both lower and upper. So, okay, let's head on back to the back of the theater really quickly. So once again, there's that still image that we've got in there as well. And then we can also go to that hallway that we saw in the lobby, so we can make our way back down that way. Now you want to give people choices in these 360 virtual tours, right? But you don't want to give them too many choices. If the entire screen is full of navigation icons, it's going to get old really fast. Let's head back toward that box seating, and we could actually go to the first floor and the first floor stairs down to the green room and the backstage area. But before we do that, let's go ahead and take a journey to that upper level seating. So I'm just making my way back to the main lobby and turning myself around. And we're just going to head up to that balcony seating. So here we are on the stairs landing, not bad. And let's head out onto the balcony, shall we? Now, one of the other things we decided to do was make a couple of quick jumps down to the first floor so that if people are looking through the balcony seating, they don't have to make their way back through everything. They can jump ahead. Let's go into that balcony center area. And as you can see, I don't think there's really a bad seat in the house, to be honest. I think there's a lot of great visibility. I have been to some shows at the Elks Theater in years past. Some different performing arts presentations, and I was in the upper balcony and I was perfectly satisfied with my view of everything going on stage. But there we go, we've got that return quickly to first floor, and we've got another still in here just to give you that still photo feel of what's down and below. Now, oh, by the way, these curtains are actually more of a shade of green, but one of the folks who was on property turned on a couple of lights on the stage for us, and I think they picked one of the really cool lights, and so we went from that green drape setup to more of a blue, but it really is closer on the green side. So let's head over to the other box seating right here on the upper deck, and so we can once again see everything from in here. And for the folks to navigate on out, there we go. So we can make our way across that balcony, or we can return to the first floor quickly, which is what we're going to do, because I would like to take you on a tour backstage and down to the green rooms. All right, so there we go, first floor. And so this is backstage. It was not well lit, so they didn't have everything ready, and they weren't sure they wanted to show too much off in here. So we've got another photo in here as well. But let's take a tour down to the green room. So there we go. The stairs headed back up to the first floor and all the seating and the main stage. But the green rooms were pretty cool. So number one, they do have an emergency exit out to one of the alleyways. That's great. And we've got some ducting work in here, a lot of ducting work. I'm 5'7", and I found myself feeling the need to duck in a couple of areas. So the ceilings down here are pretty darn low. All right, so we're in the hallway now, and we could actually take a look at some of the different things that have taken place for the Elks Theater. Let's move on into those green rooms. So there's number 2. So they've got a lot, it's just interesting, and it's looks like it would be a fun place to get ready for a show. So here's green room number 1, and hey, they got a Coke machine too for the different performers. So we'll go back into the hallway. There's green room number 3 and number 2. I don't know if these are really numbered. I made up numbers for them because we didn't have any other labels to really work with. So very interesting, and you can see you've got the pool of floaties here to keep you from banging your head. So nice little addition there. All right, we won't go through all these. You can pop by and check out the whole tour if you'd like. So let's return toward those stairs and back to the stairs in the first floor. And there we go. There's the landing for the stairs. And we'll get ourselves upstairs as well. So now we've got another still photo for the box seating right in here. And we'll pop on out of that one and make our way back out. Let's head over to the main entrance again, because there is one other thing that I would like to show you. So over the past couple weeks, I've been in town and out of town multiple times, starting to pull together some more images for some more tours all around downtown Prescott. So, and we're interconnecting those tours as well. So that's pretty cool. So I'm going to click on the exit to Gurley Street, And this brings us out to the entrance for the Elks. So there's the entrance right there, and people can re-enter. But we are now in a different tour. And that tour will take us around the block that the Elks Theater is located on. So I'm just clicking on the plan really quick. And I do need to put a button in here now for the Elks Theater, so I neglected to do that. I do have a button where we can get over to the Tiz Gallery. So we did the Tiz Gallery just a couple weeks ago. So people can, from this tour, actually get into the Tiz Gallery from this one and from the Courthouse Square Plaza one as well. So we can jump over to another tour. So we're just putting together a lot of tours here so that people can get a look around Prescott. So here we go outside. Here's that theater entrance. So not bad at all. And then for this one, I was doing some experimenting. So we did, in fact, put in the nadir spot our own logos, because nobody's paying us to do these outside things or anything. This is just actually a fun project for me right now. Let's get on over to Cortez. So we could go to the Courthouse Square tour as well, or we can make our way down toward the Tiz Gallery. We can actually enter the Tiz Gallery as well and follow through on the tour in the Tiz Gallery. And then when we're done, we can actually exit back out to the other tour and continue on our happy way. I'm just going to hit the arrow back for this one, and let's just take a look on over again. So we're making our way back to Cortez and Gurley. So if we wanted to, we could head on over to the Courthouse, take that full tour as well. So basically right now we've got 3 larger tours, each one covering basically what's a city block here. And that way people can really get a feel for the town and have an idea. If you're coming up for a visit, you can have an idea of the things that you would like to come and see in person. Let's go back into the Elks Theater one more time. And there we go, switching from one tour to another. All right, everybody, I just wanted to show you through this one. If we've gotten some of your interest on the 360 tours that we've been starting up, just wanted to take you on another walkthrough. Once again, down in the show notes below, you'll actually have a link to this tour, and then you can make your way around to check out some other tours. Like I said, this one is not completely finished yet. We're still going to talk to the folks with the theater and ask them what they would like to see as far as navigation buttons and the navigation text. Fortunately, in Kuula, once you get all this laid out and all your links done, it's pretty easy to go in, do updates, add videos, add stills, add audio tracks. So the biggest part, the heaviest lifting, is done here right now. And before we leave, let's just go back in one more time. We'll make our way back to the back here. And so we've got, I think these are sponsorships for the Take a Seat. I'm not quite sure. But even to the back area of the building, I still think that, you know, all in all, there's probably not a bad seat in the house. I think most anywhere in there, you still get a really great stage view. So Jody also shot this one. Nice shot for sure. All right. Well, I hope you had fun following along on this tour. I hope this gives you some great ideas. Once again, down in the show notes below, you will also see a link over to our course on building virtual tours with Kuula, which is what we use to build this virtual tour. All right, everybody. Don't forget, we have our Monday morning live stream, and this one this week should be a really interesting one. It's about drone operations and when we're crossing over into work that should be done by land survey engineers, civil engineers, and some issues that seem to still be cropping up for drone operators looking to present properties and make maps and models and things. And we're going to get into that one, and that's tomorrow. So that's the Monday live stream. So I hope to see you on the live stream at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And if this is your first time to the channel and you enjoyed this, be sure to like and subscribe and help us continue growing the channel. All right, everybody, we'll see you on the next live stream.